Me 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 me. And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I got a lot that I want to do on this video. It is primarily an arena video to showcase Revin versus Revin and the absolute frustration that is arena for even me. That's right. And I want to talk about Zeta Priority for Revin because it is going to be critical if you are going against other Revins that you pay attention to this. And then lastly, I think I'm going to talk about it first, but I think we have some incoming events, one or two this week. I'm thinking two because there's normally an event every day for the most part. And when we go into our events, you'll notice we have this event today, and it goes today and tomorrow. And then tomorrow, or in 2 days, you're gonna have Home 1 and you're gonna have the Hoth Omega battles. So that's in 2 days. So we have this one for today and tomorrow, and then the next day we've got one as well. But we don't have one in between the Endor battle, which is in basically 5 days and 2 days. So day 3 and day 4, there is nothing in here, and I believe that is because we have an event coming. Now, as a game changer, you'd like to think that I would know, and I don't, sadly, neither does any of the other game changers, so this is strictly just speculation, but I am absolutely guessing that those 2 slots of missing events is where we're going to see a new character, new ship, something, a couple of things being jammed in there. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I think is coming this over the next couple of days. Now, you'd like to think with a nearly 5 million GP that Arena is cakewalk for me, and I gotta be honest, that's actually not the case. This is the first time in history that there has been a meta where if you're missing a single Zeta, you're going to have one hell of a time. And I wanted to talk about that because there's a lot of people out there with very few Zetas trying to make a Zeta priority list, especially for a Revin team, and it's super important to them to know which one to do first. Now, if you're not facing a bunch of Revins, then your list can be slightly different than the ones I'm going to suggest. What I am going to suggest is worst case scenario, you're going against other Jedi Knight Revins, and in that case, there is a very specific order to the Zeta priority list. Now, first and foremost, it's going to be his leadership. Obviously, if you're going to use him in the leadership, this is super important. It also is what provides the additional speed that you need, the additional critical chance and offense, which is super important, the tenacity up. And of course, units are immune to bonus turn meter effects from leader abilities until the start of the first turn of battle. Now, the leadership is kind of a no-brainer. If you're going to use him as the lead, you obviously want to do that. But then there is hero, and then there is direct focus. And if you're not facing other Revins, the hero is really important. This is kind of like R2-D2's Zeta in that it just basically bolsters the entire team with a lot of stats. And this is super important. But I'm going to argue and say that this is not actually more important than direct focus. Direct focus, in my opinion, is absolutely going to be more important than this one, and we'll go over why in a minute. In fact, you'll see why in a minute. Now, Jedi Knight Revin is immune to stun and ability block, which is good. You want him to be not stunned or ability blocked. He also gets plus 10% tenacity. He actually gets 20% tenacity. That says this in a minute, but 10% tenacity, health steal, health, protection, crit hit avoidance, defense, critical damage, and then other allies gain half these bonuses while he's active. But these bonuses are doubled while Revin is in the leader slot and not the ally slot. So they're actually 20%, and then everybody gets 10% of this. So he gets 20% of all these benefits, and his entire team gets 10% of all these benefits. So it's like R2-D2's. It's really important, and if you're not facing Revins, then that's okay. However, direct focus when you're going Revin versus Revin is the second most important Zeta, even over Grandmaster Yoda, even over, Jolie, everything. And the reason is you've got to lock the opponent down and kill that character with this. And the The easiest character to focus on is Grandmaster Yoda because he's the squishiest, and you really need to finish him off right away, and you need to make sure he doesn't immediately start throwing buffs around. So that's where the buff immunity comes into place. You can really neuter the opponent's team and really cut through it way faster. In fact, without direct focus, if you're going against a Revin team that's inferior to yours, but they have the 3 Zetas on Revin, there is a good chance you're actually going to lose because you don't have the Zetas that they have. This is literally the first time in arena history for me that not having a single Zeta has literally been the difference between whether I can actually win or not. One Zeta makes all the difference in the world, and direct focus is that Zeta. Now, what does it do? It's going to inflict buff immunity. Now, this is really important because the first person you normally target is Grandmaster Yoda. He's the squishiest, but he also passes tons of buffs around. And so this locks for 2 turns. This is huge, and they can't be resisted or copied or any of that kind of stuff. It also increases that individual's cooldowns by 1. That's huge, and reduces their turn meter by 50% and stuns them. It basically puts them out of commission. This is a super control move, and with the Zeta, you get that buff immunity for 2 turns, you get the cooldown increase, and you get the stun. Those are massive control pieces for this particular ability. And without it, man, these battles are an absolute nightmare. Now, I'm sure that Tomahawk on my leaderboard knows all too well he can hit the auto button and just smoke my team. Yet, I have better mods, far better mods than him, and I have better gearing of my characters, and I have all my stats totally tricked out. In fact, my team, apples to apples, is significantly better than his. The only difference is one thing, and that is this literal direct focus Zeta. And I want to fight him, and I want to show you the stats really quick so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So first off, I have the fastest Revin, 305, right? I also have a 45,000 health pool on Revin. That's pretty big. Let's also look at my Grandmaster Yoda, my damage dealer. Grandmaster Yoda, for damage, is dealing, he's got a 40% critical chance without the buffs, and his damage is over 6,200. My Bastila Shan is faster than his, and look at the health and protection. I mean, she's basically a tank at over 100,000 health and protection. This is nuts. I got her fast too. And this is what's even crazier. I have a faster and way healthier Jolie Bindo with Zeta, 51,000 health. Really, really amazing. So my team is, let's look up General Kenobi. He's the last in the team, and he's probably my worst modded toon, but his tenacity is well over 100%, and he's got 80,000 health, or 80,000 protection and over 30,000 health. I wish he had a slightly higher health pool, but the protection there is significant. So my team is really fast, very tanky, very damage dealing, and the only thing I'm missing is that Zeta that I'm recommending, direct focus, when you're going Revin versus Revin. Good news is 2 more days and I will have this Zeta. Now, when we look at Tomahawk, and he's a good friend of mine, we've been talking now for years. He's a great guy, but I am going to lose. I'm not going to try to lose. I'm literally going to lose to his team because I do every day. I lose to his team every single day. Some days I lose once. Some days I lose 9 times in a row. This team really requires me to A, have that Zeta I'm missing, and B, have good RNG. He has the exact same team that I have, but his stuff's inferior, and I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just trying to showcase he's got 10 less speed on his Jedi Knight Revin and significantly less health on his Revin. His Grandmaster Yoda has over 1,200 less damage and even lower critical chance than mine. His Jolie Bindo looks pretty good, but it's slower and not even 40,000 health yet. And while the tenacity of his General Kenobi looks good, his protection pool leaves something to be desired. There's about 12,000 more on mine than his, and mine's faster. And when you look here, I have over 20,000 more health and protection and over 20 speed more on my Bastila Shan. Now, when you're fighting a team like this, Bastila does not matter. You can ignore her. General Kenobi doesn't matter, and you can try to ignore him as best as possible. You're going to have to not use AoEs or you're going to trigger him. And then Jolie is the #1 priority. Once Jolie's dead, the team falls. But Grandmaster Yoda is kind of the key. He constantly revives and regenerates the buffs for the entire team, and he does massive damage. And then Revin's there to direct, focus and kill somebody and lock a character down. He does good damage as well, but he heals and Jolie heals. And when they do damage, they've got a lot of health steal. So this is a really tough team to beat. Now, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to beat this. I almost broke my phone yesterday. I'll be completely honest. His team, inferior in every way, but he has one Zeta I don't have. And I lost 8 times yesterday. I did 9 battles yesterday, and he literally doesn't have better mods or even better gearing than me. So super frustrating. You can see I've got 110,000 power. He has 110,000 power, and I'm missing a 2,500 GP Zeta. So once it's apples to apples, I'll have significantly more power in the rankings. Now we're going to go ahead and fight. Remember, you've got to kill somebody to trigger the revive that Revin provides. So we're going to go ahead and go after Grandmaster Yoda. It's the only thing that makes sense because you can kill him pretty quickly. I'm going to have to get rid of him here, and I've used it. Now I don't have to worry about killing him again for right now. I've got to get Jolie out of here. But I've triggered the taunt on General Kenobi in doing that mass attack. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start to prime my Yoda. And the good news is I can bring my Revin back as well. And we are going to go ahead and save the mass attack. In fact, I'm going to do a cleanse and put retribution. This is going to help me wear their team down. And I'm just going to call an assist. And he's already taunting, so I'll go ahead and collect buffs. And I'll spread these buffs. You see that buff immunity, though, is huge on top of an individual. So I'm now going to go ahead and call Yoda, because we have got to get rid of Jolie Bindo. And you got to do it fast or you'll time out. I timed out twice yesterday. I was winning, but I timed out twice. And I've already lost my Revin because of the buff immunity. And now, oh my goodness, I might actually win this one. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe it. So now I have to go after, they all have foresight. I'm just going to have to whiff. And let's go ahead and bring my Revin back. He's bringing Revin back. Yep. That's a terrible... And I got to get Revin out of here. But General Kenobi's going to taunt, and Yoda is going to do massive damage, and they mark me and kill me immediately. So frustrating. So frustrating. All right, let's go ahead and we'll call her. We'll try to get an ability block. Now they have tenacity up, so that's not happening. And let's get rid of his buffs. And let's call an assist. And I really, really, really need to kill him. I used a basic. He's going to heal himself. I'm telling you, the heal is nuts. And they're going to kill my Jolie. That's how I'm going to bring my team back to life. All right. Let's just do a basic. We whiff. Let's call an assist and call Yoda. And let's go ahead. This, hopefully, it will kill him. Didn't kill him. He's going to heal. No! Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. We're in trouble now. Man, I got to get rid of Revin. I've got to get Yoda to kill him. Now he healed himself. Killed. Dude! Seriously. Seriously. And I've tried taking out Grandmaster Yoda first. I've done that where I take him out and take him out and take him out. I've done it where I got Jolie and then Grandmaster Yoda, but Revin marked and killed. I've done it a multitude of ways. I'll try again and we'll go after Grandmaster Yoda this time. I got to tell you, the reason why this is the direct focus is capable of locking that guy down with buff immunity and stunning him and increasing cooldowns. You have to have that when you're going Revin versus Revin. You just have to have it. It is not an option. So I've got that expelled. We're good now. Now I got to get Jolie Bindo destroyed. And they're going to kill my Revin. I can feel it. All right. Let's prime up our Yoda. Man. Let's go ahead. I want retribution so we can do more damage. Let's call an assist. very similar. He's already taunting, so let's steal buffs. And let's go ahead and spread those to everybody except for my guy. He dies. He's revived. Let's go ahead now and let's move over to Jolie Bindo. We're going to pass this over to Yoda. That's good damage. Let's do a basic. Lots of turn meter on basic. And I've got to get rid of Jolie Bindo. If I don't, he's just going to bring everybody I kill back to life. The other thing is he doesn't trigger the critical hit immunity. So let's do this and hope it kills him. Oh, man, and he regenerates protection and health. I've got to kill him. Wow, almost. And hopefully this does it. Oh, he's going to get healed. He's going to get healed. Oh, man. This is a super, 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 super frustrating team. There's so much RNG in this team with the amount of damage. Oh, he's getting more protection and health back. Let's call Revin to assist. We're going to miss on one. We have to be able to take him out. The good news is he doesn't trigger the General Kenobi taunts. You can't AoE or you're going to trigger. He's almost got all of his protection back already. Jolie Bindo does. And now the taunt is triggered. And you can't kill General Kenobi because he'll regenerate all of his protection back before you can ever kill him. And since he's taunting already, I'll go ahead and smack everybody. And we'll pass the buffs. If they target Jolie Bindo or your Yoda, you're just screwed. You're just going to lose. And that's even if you're, you know. Man. And they're going to kill my Jolie. I might as well heal him. That's the only logical thing to do. I'm stuck behind General Kenobi right now. I've got to wait. Remember, you can't use your AoEs unless he's taunting already, and then it's pointless. That was nice. I mean, I almost got their General Kenobi dead, but their Jolie will just bring General Kenobi back to life. And every time he attacks, he regains his protection. Let's... deflected. And he's just getting his protection back. And now direct focus. Let's try and go after Jolie Bindo. Look at this. We're 3 minutes in. I haven't killed anybody. Nobody. And I get some turn meter on that. He's just regenerating his health and protection. And he has a crappy health pool. I don't know how people beat this team when their health pool's down. Now, I've got the ability to... I got a minute and a half to take out the rest of his team. And there we go. And now I have to go after his Revin, which is really easy to do once General Kenobi's out of there. Let's just get rid of him. And now I can go after Yoda. And man, we're running out of time here. Let's go ahead and clear all that, and let's spread the buffs. And it's really hard to hit him with time because he skips stuff. Let's direct focus him, and now it's just Bastila. It's down to Bastila, and I've got 1 minute left. And his payout is before mine, so I'm not gonna finish this. I just want to showcase that I was able to finally beat it. So here we go, 30 seconds, and she's almost dead. I could hit auto. 2 battles to win. The first one was a massacre. This one almost went south, and I barely had enough time to win this battle. I hope this helps you understand direct focus and its importance when you're going against other Revin teams, which are going to be the absolute worst case scenario teams. I timed out twice out of 8 battles, lost 6 times yesterday alone. This is the absolute bane of my existence, and it's the team I'm using, of course, because I think it's a great team, but it is the absolute worst thing I could do. And like I said, I showed you all of his team is inferior. He has 1 mod or 1 Zeta that I don't have, and that is really, really crazy. That's the power of direct focus. As always, if you have any thoughts about this team, leave them in the comments down below, and keep your gaming on. Warrior out.